What's up, everybody, and welcome back to a brand new episode of Life's a Garden. Today's guest is returning for his second appearance on the show. He is a coworker of mine and the captain of our company's softball team, where he pitches and I catch. This is the gentleman that went to Nashville with me, and I think today I will let him tell his side of the tale. He's been waiting a long time to talk about that trip. So, without further ado, let's welcome back Robert Muir. Oh, dude, my legs are toasted today. Yeah. Freaking, that's the most running I've done in a long time. I am so out of shape.
You ran more that game, probably more than any other game put together, I'm sure, huh?
Yeah, because even when the one time I played outfield, I didn't really get a lot of action because I was on the right-hand side.
Yeah, just that one you caught, dropped, and threw
dropped
in.
it.
That was it, yeah.
Dude, and then last night that one's going to haunt me forever.
So was mine.
That's true. Yeah, I forgot about that, actually.
I don't know what happened. I was running, and I was under it perfect, and I took one little step, and my knee just, gave out, and I completely lost it. But didn't hurt myself, nothing. I don't know what the heck happened. It was weird.
Yeah, my thing was it was one of those situations where it's like, it looked like you're under it, and then it goes...
Yeah, just drops in front. Yeah. That's right. You're gonna have a bunch of those. So that is what it is.
I was 1 for 2, so
that's all right.
I got one out.
Right.
I think that might have been the most at bats I ever had too.
Yeah.
We did good on the sticks last night.
Yeah, we hit fairly well. That new bat is
I'm liking
ready
that
to
thing.
go, dude.
Yeah, that's my new favorite one.
Yeah.
But the we've been doing good on the sticks, a lot better than we had. I think that's been our problem mostly, is that we just haven't been able to score.
Yeah, consistently keeping them on the ground instead of popping them up and being able to keep runners going and rotate through a lot more than usual has been really working for us. So
not just that, but then also it keeps them on the bench too, where they're not getting hot.
Yeah,
being able to just consistently go through the batting.
Yeah.
And I think our outfield's been pretty good too.
Yeah, our outfield's pretty solid. Matt's got the Golden Glove out there.
Yeah, he's in the star spot to get a lot of catches.
Yeah. When you can see any time we're at 2 outs and one gets popped out to him, I'm already halfway to the dugout with my mask and everything off, ready to start batting because I know he's gonna catch it.
Yeah,
he hasn't let me down yet, so I'm gonna keep doing that.
Hell yeah, man! I'd be dead if I was out in that spot.
Yeah, dude, he runs all over. He probably does the most running.
I would have to say that, yeah. Whoever usually is in far left field gets a lot of action too, typically.
Yep. It's crazy, but yeah, I'd play outfield. I just enjoy pitching. Enjoy the infield.
Yeah.
So not getting drilled, but I enjoy it.
I like catching because I don't really got to do a whole lot.
Exactly.
I do try and get up if there's guys running. I'm trying to get in my position where I can
be able to tag them out or
stay out of their way, but also be able to catch it and get them. Yeah.
Yep.
I've been trying to keep getting better at that. I kind of fucked up last night where I should have yelled for Shane to throw it to home.
Yeah.
But
we were yelling at him. Maybe I could have been a lot louder, but he knows he missed it. He's like, "Oh damn!" I said, sorry, man.
Yeah,
we're good."
Well, I did the same thing. EJ called for second, and I had the ball, and I just totally spaced.
Yep.
But communication, that's one thing that we got to work on a little bit, maybe.
We lost by 1, and the first time we played them, we lost by 13, so I think we're doing pretty good.
Yeah, I actually knew I knew a couple guys on that team. Surprised, I knew that they played, but I didn't know what team.
Yeah.
Because they one of the guys works over at Brewpub.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it came up in conversation at one point where we were talking about softball, and it's been fun. Still waiting for my jersey.
Yeah.
Damn it.
That's up to Matt.
I know.
It's not up to me.
I don't want to keep bugging him about it, but
just ask him. We'll ask him the site, and then we'll.
Yeah, I'll buy it. I'll just order it myself.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll just ask him the site and then do it.
Yeah,
Just make it easy.
I'm not waiting around anymore for
Yeah.
Geronimo or whoever
Yeah,
needs to wait.
exactly. Yeah, they can order their own. That's what he said. Is everybody order their own? So let's let it happen. It comes from China though.
That's fine. They
Oh,
they look good.
Dude, they're sweet jerseys. Yeah,
So
Sweet
I'll ask him
jerseys.
tomorrow what the link is, and I'll just buy it
that'll work.
because I've been wanting one. Tired of wearing random shirts
Yeah,
and being
dude,
the only
you're
guy out there.
Sing contracting, red shirt.
That was my flag football jersey.
Oh, really?
Yeah. From
That's alright. It fits in. It's red.
yeah, I told you I was looking for it, and then like last game I was trying to find it because I cleaned out my wardrobe just because I was trying to weed some stuff out of there, so couldn't find it anywhere. It was in this room.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I found it last second yesterday.
Yeah. That's alright. Looks good if it matches.
Yeah,
So-
for sure, dude.
Yeah.
I am going to sleep hard tonight.
Me too.
That was a late night.
Yeah, because I actually stayed. My boys and I stayed for about another 20 minutes and watched that other game that was going on. Just because it was getting pretty good and pretty intense.
They kept going.
Yeah, and so well, I think they had a makeup game, so they got like 3 extra innings or something. It sounded like, but yeah, we stayed and watched, and then we finally went. So by the time I got home, got to bed, and everything, laid down, it was probably like 1, and I laid there for a half hour. Finally slept for about an hour, and then I basically got like 3 hours sleep last night.
Jeez.
So
Yeah, because you had to go all the way back out.
Mhm.
That's only what is it like a 20?
It's 25 minutes.
That's
It's
not too
really
bad.
not that bad at all. It's not. It's just out of town.
Except you got to deal with all that damn
yeah,
construction
in there. Yeah, it's the only thing that slows down. But nighttime usually there's not a lot of people out. Usually after 6:30 it gets pretty cleared out.
Dude, the other night I drove to Bozeman to pick up my nephews because Southwest is the only airline that allows like minors to fly unaccompanied without chaperone. I think if you're above 13 or something like that. So, and Southwest only flies to Bozeman. So we've had to fly them out through there several times. Drove to Bozeman, picked them up on the way back, and it was late because their flight was supposed to get here at 9:50. Didn't get in till almost an hour later.
Oh, Sam.
So we didn't even get home till around 1:00. Right as I'm getting through the King Avenue exit area, like on the interstate, that's where the construction kind of ends. This dude in this Escalade is like on my ass. And I'm going over the recommended speed limit for
Yeah.
construction zone.
Yeah.
So I get out right as it opens up. The dude darts out into the next lane, and I can, he's just trying to like get past me as fast as he can. So naturally, I hit my accelerator and start like just trying to let him know I see what he's doing, and then he comes right in, almost clips my front end.
Oh, snap.
Oh,
Cuts
dude.
you off, yeah.
I was pissed.
Yeah, for sure.
And I was going like 80 trying to chase after him. He was flying. He must have been going over 100.
Yeah.
I wish there would have been a cop there.
I don't know what people's deals are sometimes on the interstate. They just think the faster they go, the quicker they get there. It's not the truth.
Well, it would have been probably a dumb decision for me to catch up to him. Because if he's crazy enough to try and like run me off the road or damage his own vehicle, and he's probably got a weapon or something like that, crazy enough to kill me.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
People are so dumb with road rage anymore.
Yep. It's all those out-of-towners moving in. Out-of-staters, sorry.
Yeah.
Out-of-staters.
Yeah.
California, man. That's how they all drive down there. It's crazy.
They'll learn.
Oh, yeah.
Most of the
Mess up the road.
Californians, like, they might own guns, but do they know how to use them?
Yeah. Not in the right way.
Nope.
They know how to fire them, just not aim
This
'em.
way.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, that's freaking... Yeah, anymore, man, road rage on the interstate is insane. Every morning I drive into work, there's always somebody just flying past you.
So dumb.
Yep.
But I'm guilty of it too sometimes. Like, I'll be driving at night and somebody feels the need to really push down on the pedal, and I'm like, I'll match you on
Yeah,
that.
exactly,
I'm
yeah.
like, and then I start thinking, that's probably not smart.
Yeah.
So then I back off.
Yeah.
But I've been guilty of that a few times.
Oh, yeah, we all have.
I don't know what it is. It's like this inherent need to go fast. And I get it. Like, I want to do it sometimes. I'm like, let's gun this thing. And then,
Yeah. Just gotta be careful. It'll bite you someday.
oh, for sure. For sure. I I figure this is a great opportunity for you to finally talk about Nashville.
Ooh, that was a blast.
I mean, you were pissed as all get out on me for telling the tales before without you.
Yeah, you talked about the whole trip. Didn't even invite me over.
I know,
I went
but
with you.
it's been what 9 months or so since then.
Yeah.
Let's have a refresh and
Yeah.
let's get it from your perspective. Because we can go back and listen to my side of it, but I want to hear your side of it.
Okay. I will start by saying I don't think I've ever met anybody in my life who can just drink that many Coors in a weekend. I don't understand how you did it every day and then just stopped and did it again and then
Hey,
but-
you were drinking the hard shit.
yeah. I'd probably at the Kid Rock bar, the Devil Without a Cause.
The reason I'm able to do it is because they're easy to like. They don't
Yeah.
get me fucked
yeah,
up,
they're just lighter beer, yeah.
and they don't fill me up very
Yeah.
much. If I would have done what you did with the vodka, or was it vodka?
Yeah, cherry vodka, pineapple, and cranberry juice.
Dude, if I would have done that, I would have been dead the next day because with the sugar and the vodka itself, just like the hard liquor,
Mhm.
yeah, I would have been pretty dead.
See,
It only
I'm
takes
the
like 3 or
opposite.
4 shots and I'm gone.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the opposite. If I drink beer the whole night, I'm done. I'd be absolutely worthless for 2 days.
Let me take back what I just said. 3 or 4 shots, I'm not gone, but I'll be hurting the next day. Like
Yeah.
if I mix liquor and I guess I've never had a night where I just drank liquor,
Mhm.
so I couldn't tell you what my hangovers are like off that. It's just when I include liquor with beer is when it
Yeah,
starts.
if you're shooting all night, yeah, for sure. But the mixed drinks, they weren't that bad. Plus, we were eating pretty consistently, and
That helped.
but yeah, I just I mean, first night there, just rolling in and seeing the stadium lit up and downtown, everything was just like, all right. And then the next morning, just hitting off with the best breakfast
Oh, dude.
waffles at the Elvis place, which I'm going to again.
Yeah, dude, that
Yeah.
place was a
So
nice
cool.
find.
Yes.
Because we were just like Googling where's a good breakfast
Yep.
place, and that was just one that we didn't get recommended it or nothing.
No.
Like we just popped upon it.
Yeah, Sonny's Diner, I think is what it's
The
called.
Sun.
Or the Sun Diner.
Yeah,
Sun Diner,
yeah.
yeah. But it like set up like hibachi, and then like that peanut butter drizzle they had on there with the bananas was so good.
I even tried some of that.
Yeah, yeah. I couldn't eat it all. It says it's called the Elvis pancake, and it came with 3 big ass waffles. It's like what?
Oh,
the-
it came with a side of waffles?
No, it was waffles. They were waffles. They weren't
Oh.
pancakes. They were waffles. I was like, what the hell is this? Because I remember saying, dude, there's no way I'm gonna eat all that, and I'm pretty sure I got like bacon on the side or something
Yeah.
else on the side. I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna eat all this. So I ate like one and maybe half of the other one, and then you ate the other half, and that was about it. And then
That was good
yeah.
though.
yep. And then walking straight from there to the stadium, and then we saw those Broncos fans, and he's like, "Hey, you want a beer?" Yeah. Not this guy. Fuck this guy. And he looks at me and my jersey and everything. Got a beer, and then we went into that the tailgating spot there.
Oh, yep.
And- But we walked in the other spots that were you could walk in before the game, and they had a couple like that car barbecue.
Oh,
they
yep.
had.
That's what I thought you were talking about at
Yeah.
first.
Well, there, and then just kind of the cornhole thing was going on. Then we walked into the stadium.
Like their pregame.
Yeah, their pregame.
They had like a
thing.
stage.
Yep.
And
Yeah, and the cheerleaders going, and then people singing. What that was freaking awesome.
that was way cool. I
Yep.
mean, that's the only stadium I've been to that had something like that.
Yeah.
Like it was attached to the stadium.
Yep.
Which was pretty cool.
Yeah,
And
it
you could
was
come in
super
and
cool.
out from
and
that area.
Exactly, yeah. And then so that was probably the only day I didn't drink during the day at all because
Except,
I couldn't-
yeah, you didn't even
I-
drink
I-
that Bud Light that he
yeah,
gave you.
no, I mean I drank like half of it and then threw it away because they wouldn't.
No,
let
I
me-
drank it. I finished it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay, but they wouldn't let us into the tailgating thing
Oh, that's
with
right.
it. We couldn't bring our outside, so we had to stand there. And I was like, I'm not gonna finish this. And then you did it.
And it was freezing cold.
Yes, it was cold, and then we walked in, and I said, "Yeah, they have like seltzers and Coors and stuff there." I was like, "I'm not gonna drink beer. I'm just gonna get a double Jack and Coke."
That was
remember?
like $25.
$35. And I said, "Yeah, this is the last one I'm gonna get." And I think I had one seltzer during the game, and that was it, just because it was super cold, and I was like, "I'm just ready to be inside somewhere."
Yeah, cold beverage on a cold day doesn't exactly
Yeah. No,
mix
it didn't,
very
didn't mix
well.
up. It was a fun game though. Like it wasn't the most entertaining, but it was like so cool to be there and then just walk over the bridge and be downtown Nashville just in the scene of music.
I will say, for your sake of the game, it's so much nicer to win at home. And then, like, as far as leaving the game, dude, the vibes are always so
much better.
awesome. Like, when we left that Nuggets game after losing, dude, it was just such a bummer. Like, I wasn't afraid we were gonna lose the series, but everybody's just so like the energy is so down, and then you got like happy, a few fans that are like opposing fans that are just like,
yeah, exactly.
And everybody wants to beat the shit out of them.
Yeah,
I know better than to have like if Denver would have won. If I'm on the road somewhere, very rarely, like we'll be, we'll high five other Broncos fans and be like, but I'm not gonna like run up to like Cowboys fans in Dallas and be like, fuck you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like that's a good way to get your ass kicked.
Yeah. Well, that's like when I went to the Titans game 2 years ago in LA with my kids. We won in LA and we just walked out and kept walking. I mean, I'm not going to yell anything like that. It's not worth it.
It's one of those things that like as a sports fan, you got to know. You're coming into somebody else's house. Like this is their home.
Yeah, they're gonna take that to heart.
Right. And it's like the way I look at it is it's like, I'm here as a guest. You're accommodating me in your home. Like if I respect you, then you'll respect me back. If I'm being a complete belligerent piece of shit, I deserve to get beat up.
Yeah, for sure.
Or to get like attacked and verbally, whatever, know. But if I'm like respectful and stuff, that's what I'll take the opposite side too. If I'm being respectful in your home and you still are disrespectful of me, then I'm like that's problems for you too.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I think I think the majority of home fans would agree. Like they would more be on my side if I'm being a respectful away fan. Like
Titans fans aren't that bad though.
No, not at all. I don't think I ever got any like. Nobody was like talking shit or nothing.
No dirty looks, no nothing. Everybody was pretty cool. Yeah.
Arizona was the same way. Like and even Dallas, to be honest, I actually will say I was pleasantly surprised how accommodating Dallas fans were. They were just like, people were handing us beers and just being super nice, even though we were like winning and we were kind of being obnoxious just as far as like getting excited and stuff.
Yeah.
People were still like, "Hey man, it's a good game," like
exactly. Yeah.
And we weren't just like, "Fuck," that's when it starts getting a problem.
Yeah, when you start becoming actually disrespectful.
Yeah. There's a fine line between having a good time and being disrespectful.
Yeah.
But I will give the Cowboys fans, as much as I can't fucking stand them, they were accommodating and very
with them,
very cool, very cool. But pretty much anywhere I've been, I don't think I've actually been on the road somewhere where I got hazed or I felt like uncomfortable.
Even Vegas?
I haven't been there yet.
You haven't been there yet? That's going to be a little...
See, I don't think it will be.
No.
I think if it was Oakland, yeah. If I was in Oakland or Kansas City, those are probably the two easiest spots I would get it. Maybe New England.
I don't know if... Kansas City. I don't know if Kansas City would be as bad with Broncos. I think if you're a Raiders fan going to Kansas City,
I think with all the except the Chargers. Chargers are pretty chill.
Yeah. So
because there's barely any fans there.
Chargers is the only. So I went to the Qualcomm Stadium many years ago, my first game ever, when Jake Locker was a quarterback, and actually there was a few Chargers fans that were talking a bunch of shit if you came in with the Titans. They were just booing and all this stuff, Most of them were pretty cool, but there was a few that's about the only place that anybody actually got disrespectful, obnoxious, which didn't bother me at all. I just kept walking, so.
Right.
What am I going to do? Nothing?
Yeah, so. It is what it is, but the, Vegas. Yeah, I just don't think, there's going to be the Raiders fans that are going to talk shit, I think.
Stuff,
but I don't feel as worried to go to Vegas as I would be to go to Oakland. Like I legitimately would fear for my
Oakland,
safety.
I wouldn't go.
Whereas in Vegas, I think there's going to be a lot more Broncos fans there. Where just because it's a touristy place,
there's probably
it's a destination
cheap flight. Yeah, exactly.
People want to actually go to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's close to Denver too. Like, I just think the hardcore Raiders fans will be. I also just I think there's a different energy. You know, there's a different energy in that city, in that building, than there is in Oakland.
Yeah.
Like there was like almost like a standard that you had to meet.
Yeah.
Being in Oakland.
Yep. Yep.
Whereas in Vegas, it's kind of a little different.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
Yeah, maybe.
I hope
you
I'm
never
wrong.
know. Yeah, I hope you're wrong.
'Cause,
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, thinking about it, Vegas would probably be more chill for sure than Oakland would have been.
And I think there's going to be a lot of people that go to those games that are just like there because it's something to do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll
Yeah.
see.
Yeah, but other than that, I mean,
Oh yeah, back to the Nashville trip.
the Kid Rock Steakhouse, the band,
Best.
that was the best. We spent so many hours there, and I still am pissed. We left early the first night because we missed him.
Yeah,
by like
Kid
an
Rock showed
hour-
up.
by like an hour, and then we went to but the karaoke was a blast.
We were just so eager to go check out the rest of Broadway.
Yeah,
and
exactly. Yeah, and it was worth it.
Yeah.
We had a blast, and then because it was Monday night that we went back there, and we stayed there and watched that band, and then
We were there for like 5 hours.
yeah, and then we went and ate in a bunch of different places, and I remember the next day like that looks familiar, and you're like, yeah, we ate that burger there. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. Because didn't we go?
Was it
to-
the Miranda Lambert bar or?
No, it was Valentina's.
Yeah, yeah,
Valentina's. But isn't that when we went to the alley, the
Printer's Alley.
Printer's Alley? And yeah, because it was Monday night, because it was during the Eagles game, and I was at the bar and I kept falling down, and I heard you talking to somebody, and I
These
walked
old
out.
Canadian couple.
Yeah, they were there on their honeymoon or something.
They were just on vacation. Yeah,
Yeah,
they were just like retired. Not even on vacation. They were just a retired couple that was just like,
Traveling.
yeah.
Well, I remember I was walking out, and you said, "Where are you going?" I said, "I just need to get some fresh air. I'll be right back." And I found a
20
spot
minutes
where there was
later.
nobody else, and I just blew chunks everywhere. And then I think I called you and said, "Yeah, we got to go, dude. I just puked. It's time to go back to the hotel."
And I remember thinking, because was that our last night there?
No, Tuesday
No.
was.
Yeah, you're right.
Mhm.
So I remember thinking to myself, because it was only like 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
And we had a full day. You know, we had already put in a full day.
Mhm.
But I was thinking, God.
Yeah, because we started. Well, it wasn't a full day, but we didn't get out of the hotel till probably like 10:30 because we slept in a little bit.
Sure.
And then, because we got to ride down to 2nd and Broadway and went and ate at Prince's Chicken. The best.
That was pretty good.
So
That was
good.
pretty damn good.
So
You're
good.
But we had a full day of like doing stuff.
Yeah,
you know,
were
we've
on
been
our
walking
feet
around.
all
And
day. Yeah.
I my brain was telling me, God, I wish I want to stay out. I want to like just take in the full night. And then my body was telling me, no, we should go back. We got another day tomorrow.
Yep.
We can do this more tomorrow. So I was just like, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna let Robert be my excuse
Yeah, exactly.
for
right.
going home early. And the second we got back, I was just like, oh, dude, no. One of my favorite moments of the whole trip, and it might have been that same night when you ordered a boatload of Taco Bell. Was that night when you threw up?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was still pretty
Yeah,
early.
yeah.
So we were just like, yeah, well, we're back here. Let's just get some food. And that was your idea. And you ordered so much Taco Bell. Like, there was so much that we were able to eat more the next day.
Really?
Yeah. We ate a couple of tacos before we went over to Topgolf.
Oh, okay.
Because you ordered just like a shit ton of soft shells and a Mexican pizza. And I remember like being in the bed and Robert's over standing by the, you're standing over there by the desk where the TV is. And you're just like,
Oh, that's yeah. Yeah.
eating this Mexican pizza. And I'm just like, I was just laughing so hard because it was just like falling all over the place. But
Yeah,
you needed a little something in you, which was probably for the best.
I can ham down some Taco Bell. Especially I do soft shells with no lettuce, so just cheese and meat.
Yep, that's right. That is
Yeah,
exactly what you
exactly
ordered.
happened, yeah.
And that was fine. Like I
Yeah.
didn't have a problem with that.
Yeah.
I can house a fucking soft shell
Yeah.
one bite.
And that was that the same night when I hopped in the shower and I was singing, I was banging on the wall, and you thought it was the people upstairs or next to us.
Because
And
you were singing,
Yeah.
and I thought they were pounding
Yeah,
on the
and it was
floor.
me banging on the wall.
Yeah.
And you're like, hey, they're banging. I'm like, oh, and so I kind of lost my vibe, and I was like, where'd you hear it? Right here. I'm like, oh no, that was me.
Oh yeah, I was like, dude, they're banging on the wall. You need to stop singing.
Yeah. Yeah, I was pretty loud though. And then,
Oh well.
And then Top Golf, that was so much.
See, that's
fun.
when I decided it was my turn to turn up because
that and you were going to basically a rival hockey game that night because we decided last minute to go to that.
Double rival.
Yeah.
Nashville and the Wild.
And the Wild, yeah. Yeah, that was super cool. It's my first game since I was probably really young.
It was a really good game.
Yeah.
And it was like 3-2 or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, 3-2,
so it was good.
3-1 or something.
Close score.
Yeah. Yeah, it was, and that arena is insane. It's huge.
It's nice.
It's huge. And then the store they have in there, it's insane.
Did you buy anything from there?
No.
Should have got like a shirt or something.
No, because they were like $80 for a T-shirt of a sport I really don't even watch.
Sure.
You know
but,
what I mean?
But you became a Smashville fan.
I did, yeah. I mean, I will be, but I spent a lot of money in the Titan store for sure.
I know.
For sure.
Yeah.
Like $300 probably altogether.
That was the best part is how like close we were. Like we were able to walk to the stadium. Yeah. It was a little bit of a walk, but everything was pretty manageable.
Yeah.
Getting around there.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. The only thing that sucks about the Monday night is when our phones died at the karaoke bar, and so we did have to walk back to the hotel in the middle of the freaking night.
It was cold.
It was super freaking cold.
I remember my feet were killing me the next day.
Yep. Yeah.
Because we were drunk. That's the night we took that picture.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, once we got our phones all charged up, Robert's like looking through his photos, and I just hear him start howling, laughing. I'm like, what the fuck are you laughing at? And it's like, yeah, there was videos of you singing karaoke, like
just selfie singing.
Yeah. And then, damn, I don't know how we survived that night. We got fucked up like every night.
Yeah, it was pretty. You gotta do that every now and then on vacation.
For sure.
I don't ever do it just normal in the weekend or anything, but vacation in Nashville with,
Well, the nice thing about it too is you can sleep in. Gotta get up for work the next day. I was kind of telling Craig this too. Like, it's a different thing to like drink on vacation because the vibes are different. You're doing it for a different reason. You're not drinking to like come down from the day or just to like
sorrows away or
yeah. You're doing it having fun, and I really do think that affects the way that you process it.
Oh yeah.
Like if you're having a good time and you're like out doing stuff, not only is your body like you're active and moving and stuff, and that's going to metabolize the alcohol differently, but your mood itself.
Yep.
If you're like, I mean, alcohol is already a depressant, so if you're already depressed, it's just going to bring you down so much more, and it's going to be like that much harder
if you're just sitting at home by yourself or something.
Right. Yeah. But if you're having a good time and you're just drinking for fun,
which is what we were doing.
Yeah. It is kind of weird, like how we already know the body physically, absorbs alcohol a specific way, but I do think mentally and and like emotionally, it can have it can affect that too. Because I've had chill hangovers after, like I've had like no hangovers after having like a great night.
I wasn't hungover at all.
Me neither.
In Nashville.
And we bought all that freaking Pedialyte and shit.
Oh yeah.
Or Gator Light.
Did we?
Uh-huh.
Right next door.
Yeah. That was nice too. We had that convenience store right there.
Yeah. Well, I'm taking the older two boys of mine to Nashville in October 1st is the game.
Cool.
September 30th we're leaving, but we're staying literally where the stadium is, where the parking lot is across the street. We're staying at that hotel.
Cool.
So it's right there. So it'll be real easy to get everywhere.
So just you and the two boys?
Yep.
Cool.
Two older ones, and then actually I was talking to my stepdad on Father's Day, and he asked me for the dates, and he's actually going to meet us down there.
Oh, sweet.
From Indiana, so he's going to go down, and he already reserved at Kid Rock Bar. I guess you can reserve seats, so.
Ooh.
So he reserved up top, I'm sure, on the table with the kids.
You better be going to see some Jackson and the Caps.
We are, Monday night.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I told them. I said, we're going to go after the game and have dinner, and then
You going to get that tomahawk finally?
The tomahawk.
Wasn't that what you...
Oh, the steak?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I can't believe we, I could have swore I had some sort of steak.
Or we had those potato
wedges?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think we just had appetizers there.
Yeah, maybe. Well, it's all drinks, man.
Dude, that tab was like $200 and some dollars.
Well, I bought that shirt too, and then all my drinks. But I couldn't believe that my mixed drinks were only like $2 more than your Coors Light.
I know.
It's insane.
But you ain't getting any Bud Light there.
Nope. No, not at his
He already
bar.
said he's done with
Yeah,
that
selling
shit.
that. Yeah, I don't blame him.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. I won't be doing a lot of really drinking this time when I'm down there. It'll be more for the kids. We're gonna do like the zoo, and
That'd be good.
we might do like the science museum. For sure, gonna take them to Top Golf just because that's an easy thing to do for a couple hours. And but it'll be more. We're gonna probably see the other side of Nashville a little more.
You should go check out the Grand Ole Opry.
Yeah, we talked.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, Grand Ole Opry, but they wouldn't be too much into it.
Maybe there was like a comedy show or something like that. You get I don't know, for kids.
Yeah,
probably not.
Yeah.
See, I'm so bad at like trying to figure out how to cater a trip or a vacation with kids. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, most of the stuff down on Broadway allows kids to go in it anyway, you know, depending. So we'll go have dinner, and then we'll probably just go back to the hotel and swim at the pool or jacuzzi, whatever. I mean, we'll do that a little bit more, and then like I said, the zoo. Maybe there's a science museum there. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
For sure.
We'll do some stuff.
What's the who are you guys playing?
Bengals.
Oh.
Yeah.
Isn't one of your kids a Burrow fan?
Yeah, Brody. So my middle is Burrow, and then Cade, my oldest, is Josh Allen. So they always mess on who the best is. But Brody used to have Burrow as his lock screen and Jamar Chase as his home screen, or vice versa or something. But anyway, that's why we chose that game. But he gets mad because when they say, well, who would you start a team if you had to choose between Burrow or Allen? Who would you start a team with? And I said Allen. In a
I would agree with that.
In a heartbeat. He's just he's guaranteed, I think, to just get to that next level.
Well, he's got a rocket of an arm.
Yep.
He's got wheels.
Yep.
He's durable.
He's athletic and he's big and he can make those plays.
Yeah. I mean, nothing against Joe Burrow for sure.
No.
I just think Allen is a little bit of a step above him.
Yep.
As far as tiers go of quarterbacks in the league right now, I think Josh Allen's in that top tier. Probably
For sure.
It'll be him, Mahomes, and
Hurts maybe.
It's hard to if we're going off one year. If we're going off of last year, for sure. I want to see a little more, because this is the same thing with Lamar Jackson. You could say that about Lamar Jackson 2 years ago. I wouldn't say that about him today.
No.
So we'll see how Hurts does this year, and then I'll put him in that top tier.
Exactly.
For now, he's in that second tier, and I think that's kind of where Joe Burrow is too.
I'm gonna say I believe in him because he's got weapons that he needs. I thought their running back situation picks was kind of weird.
Yeah, what did they go with?
Well, they picked up. I can't remember what his name was, but it was just a really weird pickup. It was like, why didn't you just keep Miles Sanders? I can't remember who it was.
That's right. Yeah, they kind of just didn't they kind of just break even a little bit?
Pretty much, yeah.
Miles Sanders was probably even better than. God,
Yeah.
I don't have my phone on me. Hard luck.
Yeah.
I want to. Wasn't it one of the Lions running backs?
Yes, it was. It was.
Not.
Yeah, because they traded for him.
Oh, Swift.
Yeah, DeAndre Swift. There it was. Which he could thrive in that offense.
Who did the Lions get? Did they get Bijan Robinson? No, that was the Falcons.
No, they got that the dude from Bama, right? Was it Bama? No. The Falcons got the guy from.
They got Bijan Robinson.
They did get him from Texas.
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure the Lions drafted a running back too.
Yeah.
And I can't remember who it was.
Yeah, I thought it was
because that was before they traded Swift.
Mm-hmm.
They traded Swift middle of the draft.
The draft, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think with AJ Brown, Devontae,
they definitely have weapons.
They've got what they need, and then picking that Nolan Smith up from Georgia.
Is that a lineman or
tackle? Yeah, tackle or a outside linebacker or something.
Mm-hmm.
But him, and then you've got a great offensive line.
They did lose quite a bit of guys, though, didn't they?
They lost
Brandon Graham. Didn't he leave?
They lost a few, but I think they're still pretty they're still going to be fine.
Yeah. Should we do a little too early to call, like a little too early predictions or what?
No, we can, yeah.
Yeah. What do you
Yeah.
think now? So just give me your divisional winners.
Division winners. Okay, so I'm gonna go with I'm gonna have to take the Bengals in the North. Easily. I don't
I agree with that.
even I think Ravens are gonna be at number 2, but I think the Bengals are gonna take the North.
I agree with that.
I think Chiefs are gonna take the West. I just do. Bills.
It's hard for me to even not agree with that.
Yeah. Bills take the East.
The East is going to be tough.
That's gonna be tough division.
I agree that the Bills will probably handily take it, but
I don't.
between the Dolphins, the Jets, and even the Patriots are always going to be a contender.
I think they'll be contenders just because of the coaching, but I just don't think the Jets are gonna do it with Rodgers. I just don't. I don't have that confidence that they're gonna do it with Rodgers.
I think it's going to be they'll do fine.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's for me. It's the defense. The defense is what's scary about the Jets.
They definitely did step up their defense. I just don't think. I mean, Rodgers is going from basically the offense he had to
the offense he had.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. So I just don't think. I don't think he's gonna do it. Now, as far as the South goes, I mean, if I had to base it off of what is going on right now, I'm going to say the Jaguars are gonna take it. I mean, I hate them. As much as I hate them, I think
it's going to be between the Jaguars or you guys.
Yeah.
It's definitely not the Texans, and it's definitely not the Colts.
Not the Colts. No.
Like those two are going to be battling for worst team in the league.
Yeah, and which kind of sucks too because then you got to worry about good players coming in.
And Houston, I think they have hope now with what did they get, Stroud?
Stroud, yeah.
Yeah, but it's not going to be this year. They have no weapons.
No, they're talking about, I think, Davis Mills even starting over him this year.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Let him get acclimated, and they have no weapons, so why not build a future? Yeah, just admit that it's not the year.
Yeah.
Build on foundation.
Or
and
let him start mid-season, see what he does, just see what he can do. But the only thing I can see is Tennessee, their defense. They got a guy, if you guys come back healthy, ready to go, if their defense can hold strong, like on paper, between that and then just having Henry, man, that's the only reason they're going to win that division.
Yeah, I actually had predicted that they might trade Henry.
Yeah, there was
just because it
talks
seemed
about
like they were
but-
cleaning house a little bit.
Yeah, they were talking about it, but I mean, I can see why they would do it, but at the same time, they're not trying to rebuild. They're trying to
Stay competitive.
How
did you like the quarterback pick?
Levis? I mean, I think he's the future for sure. I think it was a better pick than having Malik Willis, but
it just makes you hate when that happens though, because it's almost like you wasted your pick last year.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
we
got him in the 3rd round, so it wasn't a horrible.
No, but that's a still high value pick
yeah.
that you could take. A future defensive player or maybe a young wide receiver that was like under the radar kind of thing.
Yeah,
get some weapons.
But I don't care who our quarterback is. If we don't have anybody to throw to.
Yeah. Traylon Burks kind of was underwhelming last year.
Yeah.
I think he still has potential.
Oh, for sure. No, he can be a number 1, but he's got to stay healthy. He was out a lot last year, got injured, and but he's got like everything under control. He's looking good. He's actually looking like a good leader. I just wish they would get DeAndre just to take that stress off of him.
That'd be big, and they probably have the cap space, I would imagine.
They would have enough this year to be able to extend it, because next year they're supposed to have like $100 million or more in cap space available.
Ooh, and then DeAndre plays the Texans twice a year.
Yep.
Sweet justice, almost.
Yep. So it would be worth it, I think. So we'll see. Now, as far as NFC, gosh, man, I think the Vikings take the North.
I think it's the Vikings or the Lions, maybe.
Yeah, Lions, you can't count them out. I think the Vikings will take it.
Okay, that's fair.
Let's see, the West. Who do we have in the Rams, the Seahawks?
One of the worst
divisions ever. I mean, I can see.
Who
else is in there?
Cardinals
and
Niners.
Niners. I think Niners take that.
Agreed. It doesn't even matter who their quarterback
yeah,
is.
exactly.
They're that's how bad that division is.
Yeah,
It's like,
and that's how good their defense is.
yeah.
I can see the Saints taking the South, man.
Who's the quarterback?
Derek Carr
Oh yeah.
and Michael Thomas staying, and Kamara. I don't think Baker's gonna. I mean, I think Baker will do okay in Tampa. I just don't think he's gonna be the quarterback to take him to the Super Bowl.
No. And I agree. I think the Saints could actually be pretty surprising.
Yeah. Falcons, you just no, not with
Who's their quarterback?
Desmond Ridder, I think.
They didn't draft anybody, huh?
Nope.
Yeah, they're not gonna be.
Yeah.
And then who's the
Panthers? And I just don't think Bryce.
It's too early.
Yeah, it's too early to say. I mean, they've got some good players and everything like that, but I just
between Stroud and Young, who's gonna bust?
Bryce Young, or who's gonna bust?
Bust.
Stroud.
Think so?
Yep, Stroud.
Yeah, but you're a Bama guy.
That doesn't even matter. I mean, built by Bama is a real thing. I mean, you see those guys like Jalen Hurts, who
not quarterbacks though.
Yeah, Jalen.
Like
Hurts,
you're right, Jalen Hurts.
He went to Oklahoma, but you got to see he
was an Alabama guy. Yes,
he went to Alabama, got taken out of the championship game because he sucked. Tua came and took over. He backed up Tua in the playoff game to get him to the championship. He balled out, transferred to Oklahoma, and became almost the Heisman winner, and then went to Philly and didn't do anything for a couple of years, and all of a sudden balled out and took his team all the way to the Super Bowl. Like highest paid player in the league.
They're just kind of notorious for not producing NFL quality quarterbacks.
No, receivers and
defensive
players and even running backs.
Because I don't see Mac Jones really taking a huge leap this year.
No.
I don't think Tua's all that. Like, Tua's good, but he's definitely not great. Like, Herbert was clearly the better quarterback in that draft.
For sure. Herbert 100% was. Yeah.
Had the Dolphins taken Herbert and had the same situation they'd have now with Herbert, I would pick them to win the division.
For sure. Or even win the conference.
Yeah.
Easily. So, who else are we missing?
I think that's everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. East. NFC East.
Oh, God, I hate that
Eagles.
Division. Eagles. I hate the whole division, though.
I do
the
too.
Giants, hate the Cowboys, hate the Eagles. And, I mean,
the Commanders.
Who cares?
Who will be probably named something else in the next 2-3 years.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we don't like Commanders. It's offensive.
Well, it's not even that. It's that Dan Snyder's going to have to sell.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the new owner's going to want to...
He is selling, or he did sell.
Oh, did officially?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did officially sell.
I thought they were still kind of waiting.
I think they officially sold. Can't remember who to. It was a couple people, but...
I know they were talking about maybe... I know Bezos was interested, and he said he would never sell to Bezos.
Yeah.
That'd be a conflict of interest, I think, wouldn't it? Because of the Amazon deal?
The Amazon, yeah. Yep. Yeah, that could be...
Dude, did you see that thing about the submarine?
Yeah. And they still haven't found them.
They're dead.
Yeah, they gotta be.
Dude, that's terrifying.
Only promising is they're hearing banging.
I heard
of some
about
sort.
That, yeah.
Like somebody's banging on it. Maybe, but there's no oxygen.
That's one of my biggest fears.
Dude, I wouldn't do it.
Oh, God, no.
Knowing that somebody is controlling the thing with a PlayStation controller under the ocean, 2.5 miles, and if something does happen, I have no way to escape.
Yeah,
I'm good.
How would you not have a failsafe?
Yeah, something, or like some sort of missile or something to shoot up from your thing to tell you where you're at. Like
nothing,
or it's a boot, something to float where. No way, dude. I couldn't do it.
Oh,
could not do it.
The claustrophobia alone.
Yeah.
And did you see the size of that thing? With 5 people in
Tiny.
there? There wasn't even any windows that you could look out. You had to look on a monitor.
Yeah.
Like, send the thing down and show me, and,
Yeah.
I could watch that from my home.
Yep, exactly.
That makes no sense.
You watch the Titanic movie, and it's got everything there. It's got the whole shipwreck and after.
The shittiest part of all that, like, I guess I'm trying to say this without sounding like a complete piece of shit. But all the people that were on that craft were the guy who ran the thing, who, by the way,
CEO,
who was told by 13 scientists not to do this. It was not ready. It was not safe. So that guy's a fucking idiot. I'm not saying I'm glad anybody on this thing is dying. You know, I want to be very clear about that. I'm saying he's an idiot. One of them was like a British billionaire who I'm assuming just wanted to do this.
Mm-hmm.
One of them was like an oceanographer or some like scientist who, again, I'm sure had like scientific or like he had research reasons for doing this.
Yeah.
Other one was like a Pakistani guy. I don't know.
Business Pakistani. Two Pakistani businessmen.
One of them, like now,
or one was the son.
four I just mentioned had reasons for being there. They're all older dudes with a lot of money.
Yep.
And the fifth one was the Pakistani guy's 19-year-old son, who I'm sure wanted to do this, but at the same time wouldn't have done this probably if it weren't for his dad. And then, like, he's 19 and will never get to, like, this is what a horrible way to die.
Horrible way to go out.
Now, granted, it actually probably is fairly peaceful because, you know, just losing oxygen and dying that way isn't painful. It's like fairly, you just sleep.
Yeah.
So it's probably a comfortable death, but the panic and the knowing that we're gonna die.
You're gonna die. Yeah, it would suck leading up to the death. Yeah.
Being stuck in this like tube with a bunch of strangers.
Yeah, exactly.
And you gotta imagine one of them's freaking out down there.
Somebody's not doing good. I don't get it. So, was this their first actual trip down there? Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
They hadn't even done like a test run, I don't think.
See, which is really dumb because they said that they lost contact after an hour and 45 minutes, but yet they're saying there's a 900 square foot distance that they're covering. Now, how would a little pod like that cover that much? I get why they're doing it if they get taken by some sort of current, or I get it, but if they're starting here and they have some sort of route with all the technology we have nowadays planned out to go there, how do we not know within 10 to 20 miles where they would be?
Giant squid.
Absolutely.
No, what I actually think, I mean, the only thing that potentially makes the most sense to me is that they lost power or like they lost control of the vehicle and it just dropped.
Yeah.
And if it in fact did drop, there's not any craft that can rescue them.
No.
Because at the depths that the Titanic is, humans can't, like, they've only been able to send like robots.
Yeah, they can't handle the pressure down there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So in reality, if that is what happened, they didn't die from lack of oxygen. They died by being crushed, which is even more disturbing.
Yep. Crushed and exploded probably.
Yeah. But in that case, well, no, the pressure of the water would keep them down there.
Yeah.
They wouldn't float up.
Yeah, there's no way. Yeah. Yeah, which is crazy. Maybe you think they'd have something to be able to get up if that happened. Like, they didn't obviously take that into...
It's just insane. Like, some bozo fucking builds this submarine, this makeshift submarine. Like, granted, it wasn't made out of like a trash can or nothing, but it just, and like the fact that I'm going to say 3 because I'm going to leave the 19-year-old out of this. I don't know that he was necessarily like, I think he was along for the ride. But the 3 other dudes were just like, yeah, let's hop in this tin can and try it out for the first time.
Yeah. $250,000 each. Plus, they had to sign death waivers. I mean, you have to. All this stuff. So, like, the families are just...
SOL.
Have nothing.
Nothing. All these people clearly have a lot of money, so the families will end up with inheritances, I imagine.
Well, for sure, but, like, they can't sue because there's waivers signed.
I mean, who are they going to sue? The guy's down there, too.
Yeah, the guy's dead, yeah. I mean, there's got to be somebody to take it over, but this will be the end of this business, I'm sure. There's no way.
That is... It's just terrifying to think about because, A, the ocean itself is terrifying.
100%.
B, the just being in a confined space, and you add both of those things. You want me to be in a coffin underwater? I'm out.
Yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't do it.
Absolutely not.
No, I wouldn't do it. Number one. I mean, there's a ride. There is or was like a Finding Nemo ride at Disneyland that took you down under to see stuff under there, I wouldn't even go on that.
Yeah.
I don't like being underwater in something I can't control myself on. I'm good.
No chance.
No.
Here's a question for you. Would you rather, and you have to do one, would you rather go in a submarine? Now I'm talking like military size, which are still small, but not like this little tin can thing. Military size submarine to the lowest depths that they can go, or rocket ship into space.
Rocket ship into space.
I agree with that.
100%. I don't like knowing that I'm in a either one. I wouldn't do either one. Just if I had the choice, but if I had to do one, I'd do the rocket ship, because at least if for some reason you got thrown out into space, I mean, your body would explode so quick you wouldn't feel it.
Essentially both. Well, yeah, I agree. Or like, I think the chance of failure going to space is higher. I'm almost certain, like, percentage wise, it's proven to be.
Yeah.
So your chances of dying upon, either exiting or entering the atmosphere are fairly high, just from like exploding. But it's a quick instant death if that is the case.
Yeah.
I think once you're down in the depths of the ocean, you can't even really experience it. It's so dark.
No, yeah, there's nothing to see. I mean,
you're also risking the possibility of drowning if there were to spring a leak or something like that, which is terrifying. Slow asphyxiation, like these guys.
Yeah.
Plus, there is creatures and life down there. There's no known life and creatures out there.
Yep.
Well, maybe until now.
I'm sure if there is, the government knows about it. We just don't. But we know what's in the ocean.
Yeah.
Actually,
we don't really know.
We don't really know.
But we know there is things down there. We know
there's things down there, and we have seen the things that are possibly down there. But I think there's thousands of more species in the ocean we don't even know about.
Oh, for sure.
We've never seen that are all the way at the bottom.
There definitely are.
I mean, so when a text told me the other day, they caught a 15 great white shark and they were able to tag it, and all of a sudden a couple days later, this great white shark's body temperature went from like ocean temperatures to like 85 degrees Fahrenheit. Only way that can happen is somebody poached it somehow, got lucky, and was able to get it on shore, or the most logical thing, it's inside some other animal's stomach. What's big enough to eat a 15-foot great white shark? That's huge. That's like 3 of your trucks.
That's wild.
That's insane. Like there's 2 of your trucks, whatever, but that's huge. I mean, that is a monster, and what the hell could have eaten that? And they can't track it, they can't find it. They just know all they have is temperature.
Well, and we know whales don't eat. Like whale could, but a whale don't.
They don't. They don't eat that. I mean, it's possible that happened, but I mean, possibly a squid, giant-ass squid.
Squid or a megalodon or
something we don't even know. Maybe
or Godzilla.
Maybe there's another shark out there we don't know about that just comes up every now and then to get stuff. You just don't know.
Yeah, and you're not dealing with that up there. You know there's not flying sharks up there or giant squids freaking squiggling around up there. Also, I think the outcome of going to space, like getting to see the Earth,
be way better for you than it would going underwater.
It's tremendously outweighs going into the ocean.
Yeah, I think it would be crazy just being able to see Earth from above, like insane.
Just see you could see the glow of the atmosphere and
just everything. And
it's got to be one of the most humbling experiences.
I'm sure it would be cool. Like if it was more guaranteed that the survival rate. You know what I mean? Like, but I couldn't do either. There's no way.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with my feet on the ground.
I'm good.
I actually got to meet Frank Borman, who was the captain on the Apollo 8 mission, I think. And he actually lived here.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Well, because his wife was in like a nursing home here or something like that, and so I don't know what the connection to Montana was, but actually, I think that's his book. Yeah. So they wrote a book about it.
Rocket Man.
Apollo 8, yeah.
Apollo 8, okay.
And freaking Where is it? He signed it in here somewhere. This is one of my greatest treasures that I own.
Yeah.
Is just because how often do you get to meet somebody who's been to space?
To space, yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, there it is. Bang, Frank Borman.
That's freaking awesome.
Yeah, Frankie.
That's awesome.
And everybody was like, "Oh, you shouldn't have had him sign your name. It might be worth something." I'm like, "Fuck it, I'm keeping this."
Yeah, that's not going to anybody.
You think I've read this book? Fuck no.
No, absolutely not.
but
it's still something that you can show people.
Think I know how to read?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, there's Frank right there. Right where my finger's at.
Oh wow.
Yep. That's what he looked
That's
like when
insane. Do you? Oh gosh, it was years ago. I was in probably 6th grade, 7th grade when I first moved here.
Mhm.
The shuttle that fell out of space and landed in Texas.
Was it Columbia or no? Columbia blew up leaving. Which one was it that came in?
I can't remember because they obviously the passengers went into space and just disintegrated or whatever, but the parts fell into Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Well, some people that pretty sure my mom told me the people that we knew because we lived in Texas felt objects, the debris and objects hitting the ground, and it just it ruined stuff.
Yeah.
And, they were on the highways and stuff, the smaller pieces that came and just, did a little damage or whatever. But, like, the bigger pieces that were, like, they actually felt it. I was like, man, that's, like, right where in the area we lived in. It's like, holy cow, that would have been insane.
Yeah.
I mean, but just to know that, it was like, oh, man. Like, so shitty for the families just to know, like, your aunt and uncle is possibly just still floating up there somewhere. Like, not even... Who knows?
Yeah,
who knows
right?
where they're at? They could be stranded on a planet somewhere we don't even know.
I
You know what I mean? I know, but let me think
like
about
the
it. You know
remains
what I
or
mean?
whatever?
Yeah, like the remains is just
dude
chilling
the
out there.
the most unnerving thing is the people who die on Everest.
Oh yeah, and they
There's
just leave them. They just leave them.
Hundreds
And you
of
see
bodies
them
up there.
as you're walking up there and hiking. Yeah, that's something else I would not do.
No, fuck no.
Absolutely not.
First of all, it's not even that cool anymore because so many people have done it.
Yeah.
That it's like it kind of takes away it is. If somebody told me they climbed Everest, like that's a pretty phenomenal feat.
Like, oh, cool. That's
and it's not
awesome.
even the fact that you're that high. It's because it's such a trip to go there. Like you have to like literally make camp. It's like a 4 or 5 day trip,
Mhm.
and it's like takes a lot of skill. But the fact that there's bodies up there, hundreds,
they just leave them to be there. I mean, that's the waiver you sign. If you die, you stay.
and well, it's because it's too hazardous to take them down.
Yeah. Yep.
Nothing can fly up there enough to take them down.
With the weather and
and like you can't lift them out.
Yeah.
Can you imagine lifting a freaking rigged frozen corpse?
Yeah. No, I'm good.
And what if those bodies are like preserved?
Yeah.
I mean, they are.
Yeah.
They're in ice.
Yeah.
I remember there's one guy, I don't remember. I think they just call him Green Boots because he's just like all his clothes are still there.
Yeah.
And like he's got like highlighter green boots.
Yeah, but I think you see those because when the weather comes in, it drifts. I think that's all that sticks out. And I think that's why he was called Green Boots.
Oh,
it's because somebody said, "What's that?" And it was his boots sticking out of the snow.
Also, for anybody who's doing it, it's like now you're basically just climbing up a graveyard.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Like with all the you're just like walking and
Yeah.
there's all these bodies
and
everywhere.
None of them are 6 feet under. And that's the most devastating thing. Like I've never seen. Okay, I've driven by and seen like a car wreck and obviously people loading a dead body in California or seen like motorcycles, get hit or whatever in California. But I've never like been feet away walking from a dead body.
Yeah.
That would be absolutely nerve-wracking, dude. Like that's something I don't would ever want to see if I don't have to.
I don't know that I think I saw my uncle in an open casket.
Yeah.
And that's
Well, I've seen open caskets before, but that's a different feeling. Instead of just knowing that you're hiking somewhere and there's a dead body chilling there because they didn't make it to the top and you're about to try it. Like, no, I'm okay.
Yeah, I've never stumbled across or like happened across a dead person.
No.
Could you imagine that, like walking through just on a hike and like there's just think about every person that's ever been killed ever.
Yep.
Somebody found them.
Somebody found them. Yep.
Like just killers that toss bodies in the woods or whatever, and somebody happens upon it. It's like, that's got to be one of the most chilling things.
Yeah.
Or witnessing somebody die.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, if you're just a
watching
bystander.
somebody fall off a cliff or something, or get, smacked by something, or shot. No.
There was I don't know if you remember this. There's a website called, I think it was called Best Gore. It got taken down, but it was like it was basically a dark web website that showed executions and, just the gnarliest of shit that isn't allowed on like YouTube or anything like that.
Yeah.
People committing suicides and things like that. And it's like, there's a part of, I can only speak for myself. I understand the fascination with it, with needing to see things like that. I just don't have that.
No, exactly. Yeah.
Like, the reason I say that is because I am like, there is a curiosity for me, but it's like going to click it, and not to say I've never seen a video of somebody dying. I have, and it's very disturbing, especially once you put into perspective like that is a real person.
It's not Hollywood or something.
We get desensitized seeing movies, people getting killed, and TV shows. It's like almost second nature anymore, and video games. But when you watch a video of like a war, like I've seen videos of like war videos and somebody getting shot, and you're just like, damn, dude, that's human. And people, when they really die, fall in such a way that cannot be acted. Like, when you see somebody fall who gets killed, that to me is like, that's the part that makes it real. You're just like, oh.
Yeah. Just body goes completely limp, and
yeah,
it's just nothing.
You can't even act it. Like, it's that disturbing. Have you ever? Do you know who? One of the worst videos I ever saw was and of course I can't remember his name. We're disturbing, dark humor. We used to always Bud Dwyer was his name. Bud Dwyer. We always would make jokes about Bud Dwyer, like we were gonna commit a Bud Dwyer, because he was a politician, I think, or some lawyer or some high figurehead back in like the 80s or the 70s or something like that, and he got caught in some like fraud scheme, and like was doing he was going to prison for life for whatever it was, some fraud, and at his press conference pulled out a gun and shot himself in the head.
Oh shit.
And it was caught on live TV.
Yeah.
And so that video is out there, and man, that was one of the more disturbing videos I've ever seen in my life.
The one that I've seen is the guy who molested that dude's son.
Yeah, I just saw that the other day
in the airport, and that dude, which
they were transporting him.
They were transporting him, and he shot him in the airport. Now, that tells me right there that there was a lot of people behind letting that guy in the airport to make that happen.
Well,
like security.
That was a long time ago, right?
Yeah,
or that was before 9/11.
Oh, well before, but still, they don't allow.
They still never allowed
guns in the airport to walk through on your hip. That guy got in. Yeah, maybe he got some sort of job to go in there, but I think somebody was helping him.
Yeah,
and which I don't blame them. Good for him, man. Somebody molested my kid.
Oh,
damn right,
dude.
I'd done the same thing. That's messed up.
Yeah, and of course that guy probably went to jail forever too.
The guy who shot him? No.
Or did he get like
the dad? No, he was acquitted of it or something,
really?
Because of
insanity. Reason of insanity.
Yeah, reason of insanity because of what his child had to go. I mean, the guy.
In all fairness,
didn't that guy kill that kid on like camera or something, or not just molest him? He like
I don't know
executed him like on the news or on camera or something. And sent it to him or something. Yeah, it was. I'm pretty sure that he killed the kid on like camera.
Wow.
And or like for a lot of people to see, and the dad did that.
Well, I don't blame him, honestly. Like I'm familiar with like the overall story, but I know I just saw that video the other day. Yeah. It was just on Facebook, just
on the payphone, and boom, just turns and shoots him. Yeah. Yeah, which that doesn't bother me as much because the guy deserved it.
It's still disturbing to watch a human's life leave their eyes.
Sure, but it didn't. I wasn't affected by it. Sure, in a negative way.
you saw that video of the inmate who's they're asking him about why he killed his cellmate, and he's just like, yeah, he was a child predator, and he kept telling me, he kept trying to justify why he did what he did, and I told him to shut the hell up, but he kept insisting on talking and telling me details. He goes, so I waited till he went to bed, wrapped a cord around his neck, and I took his life.
Yeah, I took his life, yeah.
And he goes, I don't regret it.
Yeah, I have no remorse for it. I'm in prison my whole life anyway. I don't care.
Oh, the way he spoke in such a, like, tone, like, it was another day in the office.
Yep.
That's wild.
Yeah, dude, that's insane. And then prison, I mean.
Oh, prison shit is wild.
Yep, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. My grandfather worked at a prison. And
really?
The stories he told me, I mean, some dude jumping off the second story of inside to hang himself, and his neck just hearing his neck snap. And
where was this at?
Like Colorado.
Oh, okay.
Colorado. He worked at because the one in Florida, they actually live like 20 minutes from that one in Florence there.
Yep, the maximum
that has all the dudes.
Yep. My dad was at that prison.
Really?
Yeah.
Like worked or
no? He was an inmate.
He was an inmate at that prison.
Not the he wasn't at the
not the supermax.
No.
But he was on the good people side, if you will.
Just like general population kind of side, I guess. I mean, it's still a federal prison.
Yeah.
But
he's not 4 stories underground with no lights. Okay.
No,
yeah.
From what as far as I understood, the Unabomber was there.
Yep. So Unabomber, Oklahoma bomber, the Boston Marathon bomber was there. He got moved recently.
Okay. He wasn't there when my dad was there because that was afterwards.
But yeah, Unabomber and Oklahoma City bomber for sure.
And there was definitely some guys that were like in Al Qaeda and shit like that.
Yep. Yeah, there was a few terrorists that were there. Yep.
Crazy. Because there's one whole side that's the Supermax, and then the other side is, I think it's still Max.
You have Max, but there's also a women's side over there too.
Oh, so that makes sense.
So you have like a women's side, and then I believe the side over here is Max, but it's like the even like murdered inmates or whatever, they're above ground. But that prison goes like 4 stories underground, where all those dudes are held with no light whatsoever at all.
So you said your grandpa?
He worked at the state one, which was about an hour away. Okay. So, but this guy used to eat like colored pencils just to do it, and they'd have to they'd get stuck in like his stomach. They'd have to like surgery cut him open, and like he'd walk by his cell and he'd have all these scars from the getting gut open, and like he said some dude jumped off the ledge there and snapped his neck and killed himself, and just the stuff he saw, man, is insane.
Oh, I can only imagine. Yeah, I mean, life in prison would be wild, but you got to think like life as a prison guard, like you're seeing and then you got to go home.
Well, at the Supermax, so not the one he worked at, but the one your dad was at, they require you to retire at 35.
Really?
Because after that, you're not really in your prime physical stage anymore to be able to defend yourself. They make you retire.
Crazy.
No, your dad was at the Max side?
He wasn't in the Supermax, I know.
But
for sure. Or whatever it was, I mean, I was able to go visit him.
Really?
Yeah, I went to that prison. I didn't get to visit him because they're so thorough on because my mom was in prison too. It's a women's prison here.
Yeah.
And it was a piece of cake getting in and out of there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
They just, scan you, pat you down, whatever. This one, they literally do like a swab on your hands.
Yeah, make sure you don't have anything.
Substance. And the person I was with had like a drug substance on their hands. Like, I was a kid, so I didn't really know why. And she tried to play off that it was she handled money or something like that. And it's like, nah, bitch, you were a pillhead.
Yeah, yeah.
But she was even like, can't he go in? And they were like, no. You guys got to leave.
I guess if you don't mind me asking, what did he do to be able to get shipped to that prison?
I think, I don't actually know. From what I have been told or from what I recollect, it was interstate drug trafficking.
Oh, okay.
Which is a federal offense.
Yeah, yeah.
And there's anything that would be considered a federal offense, you could go, like, you go to a federal prison.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's one of many.
Yeah.
It just so happened to be that one. That's what I understand it to be. I could, it makes the most sense
Mm-hmm.
considering he got out.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it wasn't like murder.
Not a
or
violent
anything.
offender,
Yeah,
or
exactly. Yeah.
or he didn't do like what are those, like Ponzi scheme, like Bernie Madoff style.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Nothing like that.
Bank robbery.
Yeah,
Something like that,
didn't commit like millions of dollars of fraud.
Mm-hmm.
I think it had to do with drugs. I want to say.
Yeah. That's I don't know. Like my grandparents, they live, say about 20, maybe 25 minutes away from there, the other way. And I mean, they're out in the country a little bit, so more than likely, if somebody escaped that prison, they would go towards Florence, towards town right there.
Yeah.
I don't think I could live in Florence. I mean, just knowing that's right
God.
there, I don't think so. Just knowing an inmate escape, like.
I mean, even
I'm
if
good.
you're like on the lesser side of like your crime, you gotta imagine like the prison like our prison situation in the United States is fucked up to the
Yeah.
point where it's like you can go in like just a petty criminal and come out like a hardened.
For sure.
Like you go there to learn how to be a better criminal.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, you have no choice to be a better criminal because you do that or you get shanked or
Yeah, well,
beat up or
you
down.
learn different ways to kill somebody
Mhm.
or rob somebody or this or that or smuggle
drugs,
drugs
yep,
or
yep.
and then you join gangs.
Yep.
You start, you become racist. Like it's just a factory of creating worse people.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Like I don't know that I don't have the answers. I can't sit here and say that I know a better way to do it. I'm sure there is.
Mm-hmm.
I think people who do wrong deserve to go to jail, yes, or prison or whatever.
For sure.
But I think we need to be better at. I mean, there's people who deserve to just be under the jail, locked
And
away,
never see the light of day again.
right? But they shouldn't be able to mingle with somebody who was a drug dealer or something like that.
No.
The people who are, petty criminals, people who steal, people who, whatever. They need to be reacclimated to society. Like they need to be not indoctrinated or anything like that, but like re-educated, how to like conform back into society.
For sure. Yeah, 100. Yeah, instead of just being put in somewhere where there's violent criminals.
Hell, I think when it comes to murder or anybody who commits a crime worthy enough for a life sentence, just fucking execute them.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, execute him or put him in a cell away and never let him talk to anybody again.
Yeah, but if you're gonna do like,
Yeah, there's no reason for them to live.
I
if you
get
do
that that's like almost a fate worse than death because then you're like, you gotta you gotta live with your crime and you gotta, no contact, you're going insane type of thing. But it's like, why is that a drain on our taxpayer dollar to keep this fucking monster
Yeah, exactly.
comfortable in a
that's the
cell
biggest
with
thing. Yep.
3 square meals a day and
Free haircuts and
Yeah.
whatever you want.
medical, dental, all that shit?
Yep.
Put the needle in them. Like,
Just let them die.
yeah, well, it's like you've already sentenced them to death, essentially.
Yeah, just why?
I mean, I'm not a monster here. Like, I don't want to, like, exterminate people, but it's like you've already sentenced them to death, essentially.
Yeah, if you're gonna
You're
keep them
saying this
alive,
person cannot come back to society. So what are we doing?
Yep. Yeah, that's true. That's 100% true.
But that's why I don't make the laws.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Break
just
them either.
I just have to abide. I just abide by them, so I don't have to go
Yep.
there.
Yep. I don't blame you.
Freaking prison.
Yep.
Well, buddy,
All right.
anything else you want to talk about real quick, or anything else you want to bring up?
No, that sounds about it.
All right, man. Well,
Cool.
you know how I like to end my episodes.
Yeah.
Even though we just went on a very dark tangent, let's end it with a positive note. Positive or motivational message for the guests out there.
Just keep your head up and keep grinding. That's all you can do. Especially nowadays in our society. Just stay positive, smile, and keep your head up.
Cool. That is absolutely right, because a smile's infectious.
That's very infectious.
Yep. All right,
Cool.
guys. Thank you all so much for listening. Thank you for coming on the show.
You bet. Thank you for
We
having
actually
me.
we went off on a couple of different topics I didn't think we would,
Yeah.
but it was fun. That's
Change
what I
it
like
up
about.
a little bit.
That's what I liked about. Huh?
Change it up a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I like about podcasting. But
Yeah.
check, follow on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that. But most importantly, don't forget, life's a garden. Dig it.
Just gotta keep on